ಶರಣು ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. Dear learners, welcome back to SPPS online classes. Dear students, we have started NCERT class 6th, our past one, history section, chapter number 6, new questions and ideas. In the previous video class 1 and 2, we have covered the two concepts discussion. Now in the present video class number 3, we are going to discuss the third concept, Jainism, and fourth concept, the Sangha. So who was the founder of the Jainism and what are the teachings of the Mahavira and what is Sangha, we are going to discuss briefly. So let us begin Jainism. Dear students, Jainism was founded by Vardhamana Mahavira, the last and the 24th Tirthankara of the Jainas. So Vardhamana Mahavira also spread his message around this time. So start with the Jainism. The most famous thinker of the Jainas, Vardhamana Mahavira, also spread his message around this time in 2500 years ago. He was a Kshatriya prince of Lichavis, a group that was part of the Vajji Sangha. So he belongs to Kshatriya family and he was a prince and he belongs to the kingdom that is in the Vajji Sangha, that is Lichavi. And at the age of 30, he left the home and went to live in a forest. So why he left the home? To understand the philosophical matters, to gain or to receive the one of the wisdom from the God or his meditation. So that he went to forest, and for 12 years he had a hard and lonely life, at the end of which he attained enlightenment. So after a long period of meditation with a leading lonely life, he got the enlightenment. So enlightenment means wisdom. He taught a simple doctrine. Men and women who wished to know the truth of which must leave their homes. The person who wanted to know the truth of his life, they have to leave their homes. They must follow very strictly the rules of ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence, which means not hurting or killing living beings. And all beings, said Mahavira, long to live. To all things life is dear. It means everyone loves their life, so that all beings long to live. Life is dear to all beings. These are the three doctrines of the Lord Mahavira. So one is the men and women who wish to know the truth of the life, they have to leave their homes. Second one, they have strictly follow the ahimsa. And third one, living beings, for example, long to live. To all living things life is dear. So and ordinary people could understand the teachings of Mahavira and his followers because they used the Prakrit language. So Prakrit, it is the one of the language spoken by the common people in the subcontinent. So followers of Mahavira were known as Jainas. The followers of the Mahavira, who were known as Jainas, had to lead very simple lives, begging for food in their when they want to become the monks and nuns. So they had to be absolutely honest and were especially asked not to steal others' things. So also they had to observe celibacy, and men who had to give up everything including their clothes also. So that in the Jainism there were two groups of people. One is the Shvetambaras, another one is the Digambaras. So who wearing the white clothes, those persons are called Shvetambaras, and who are not wearing the clothes, those persons are called as Digambaras. So these are the two groups created in the Jainism. And what the Jainism teaches? First one, it was very difficult for most men and women to follow these strict, because not wearing the clothes, it is hard to follow, and for especially the women. So that nevertheless 1,000 left their homes to learn and teach this new way of life. So this strict rules following is not easy matter. So that to understand the Jainism and to spread the Jainism and accepting the rules of regulations of the Jainism, various people left their homes to learn and teach this new way of life, and many more remained behind and supported those who became monks and nuns, providing them with food. Especially the traders supported the Jainism. Who want to become monks and nuns, they started supporting those people, and they provided food, even shelter also. They were constructed some of the monasteries. Monastery means shelters for the Jainism followers, and Jainism was supported mainly by traders. So why they supported? Because they have the good property, so they wanted to donate their property for the monks and nuns. It is the one of the, they were considered as this Jainism is the good for good to follow, and the rituals are very hard, but that gives the satisfied life. So that the traders started providing various facilities to the monks and nuns, for especially providing food as well as shelters. And farmers who had to kill insects, protect their crops, found it more difficult to follow the rules. So who were not followed the Jainism? Especially farmers, because the Jainism, one of the rule is that do not kill the insects, even animal also. So that the farmers, they have to kill the insects for to preserve their crops or protect their crops. So they were not easily accepted the Jainism. Over hundreds of years, Jainism spread to different parts of North India and Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. So, in these four states, the Jainism was spread, and the teachings of Mahavira and his followers were transmitted orally for several centuries. Means thoroughly or virtually, they started the teachings of the Jainism rules and regulations, and who became the nuns and monks, they started to spread the Jainism in these parts of the subcontinent, as well as they were written down in the form in which they are presently available at the place called Vallabhi in Gujarat about 1500 years ago. So in the written form of all rules and regulations as well as teachings of the Mahavira started writing by the various monks and nuns as well as Sangha members. So this was introduced in the writing sense in 1500 years ago. So next we go to the learn about the Sangha briefly. So already we had discussion that Sangha means both Mahavira and Buddha felt that only those who gave up worldly life and became monks could gain true knowledge. So they set up organization called the Sanghas, where these monks spend much of their time on religious studies and meditations. So meditation is the must and should the monks and nuns have to follow. So both the Mahavira and Buddha felt that only those who left their homes could gain true knowledge. So they have the belief that who left their homes, they only gain the true knowledge of their life, and they arranged for them to stay together in the sanghas, and association of those who left their homes. So Sangha literally means an association of those who left their homes. The rules made for the Buddhist Sangha were written down in a book called the Vinaya Pitaka. So Vinaya Pitaka, it was the second book of the Tripitaka. So in that book we can read the Buddhist some of the rules and regulation, and who want to join the Sangha, they have to follow the some rules and regulations. Those were written in the Vinaya Pitaka, and from this we know that there were separate branches for men and women. So there were separate branches in the Sangha. One is for the women and another one is the for men, and all men could join the Sangha. However, children had to take the permission of their parents, slaves that of their masters, and those who worked for the king had to take the permission of their king and debaters and of creditors also. So, women had to take their husband's permission to become the nuns, and men and women who joined the Sangha led simple lives. So what are the rules of the to join the Sangha? They have to live the simple life. They have to live the home with relations also. They meditated for most of the time and went to cities and villages to beg for their food. So this is also one of the rule, that is to beg for the food for their leading the life. And this begging food for only few periods of hours, and that is why they were known as bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. So they begged their for food. The men called the bhikkhus, that we call sannyasi, and bhikkhunis called the sannyasini. Those who joined the Sangha included Brahmins, Kshatriyas, merchants, laborers, barbers, courtesans, as well as slaves. So these are all the persons are involved in the Sanghas, and they supported the who want to become the nuns and the monks, and various subjects they supported, for especially providing food, providing shelters, and providing various facilities also. So these are regarding the Sangha. Next we go through the recapitulation of this Jainism and Sangha. So Vardhamana Mahavira, the most famous thinker of the 7th century period, and he belongs to a Kshatriya family, and he was the prince of the Lichavis at Vajji Sangha, and his teachings are not to injure life, not to lie, not to steal others property or things, not to acquire property of others, and observe celibacy and give up clothing. For especially Jainism means the conqueror, means Jainism means not harming also. So these are the some of the teachings of the Mahavira. So next we go to the Sangha. Mahavira and Buddha left home, stayed in Sangha, and he organized the association of those who left their home, that we call Sangha. And rules of Buddhist Sangha written in Vinaya Pitaka. They are separate branches for men and women. All men and women joined Sangha. Children had to take the permission from their parents. Slaves, they want to join the Sangha, they have to take the permission of the kings. And women, they wanted to become the nun, they had to take the permission of their husbands. And men and women lived in simple life, and until their death they have to maintain the meditation, and moved from cities to and villages, and begged from fixed houses for their food, and known as bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. And Sangha meetings that solve the disputes and resolution of the all the problems in whatever created in the Sanghas, and who want to join by all sections of the society. So these are all information regarding the Sangha. In upcoming class we will start the discussion on the concept and the Varnas, as well as the some of the monasteries. So till then, bye bye, have a nice day.